World War I was a result of a political power struggle. On one side were the Allies, on the other, the Central Powers of Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. On the 4th of August 1914, Britain declared war. New Zealand joined the war not as an independent country, but as proud subjects of the British Empire. Within days, thousands of Kiwi men had volunteered, believing they were embarking on a big adventure. Incredibly, almost 50% of men of military age served in the New Zealand Expeditionary Forces. Our first role in the war was to capture German-controlled Samoa. When they landed in Apia, the German governor surrendered with no resistance. Traveling to Egypt to training camps was often the first time the Kiwi soldiers had been overseas. Over 2,500 Māori and Pacific Islanders served with the New Zealand Expeditionary Force. But men weren't the only ones to go to war. 500 women also served as nurses.
McGee, now listen to me. I heard you fellas brag about your milkies over here, and the girls who love so dear. They may be well, that's all very well, with all their fancy clothes, but I'd a queen of hair colleen and sweeter than me rose. Oh, Nanny was gone, Nanny was been from my...
Soldiers would fight, eat, and sleep in the trenches. No man's land between the trenches was the most deadly place to be. Aside from the typical threats of war, soldiers were also dying from the miserable conditions. Unwashed men and dead bodies were a shock to soldiers arriving for the first time. Lice, ticks, and flies were a major problem, causing never-ending itches and spreading trench fever. Millions of rats lived in the trenches, feeding on the scraps of war. Some grew to be the size of cats. Standing in the wet, muddy conditions on the Western Front caused trench foot, which could lead to amputations. The New Zealand soldiers lived on a grueling diet of corned beef, jam and stew, topped off with hard, dry biscuits.